Girl, can we even say that? Where filters are off and laughs are loud and absolutely nothing is professional advice. No, seriously. Everything we say is based on personal opinions, messy life experiences, and the occasional, did I really just say that moment? Listener discretion is highly advised, especially if you're easy offended or if you're in the car with your mum. We are not responsible for any side eyes, deep thoughts, bad decisions, or sudden bursts of empowerment that may happen after listening. Tune in, have fun, and remember, we're here to spark conversation, not to live your lives for. Hi guys, we're back with Girl Can We Even Say That? So, this is a Just Me episode. You just get me again, guys. So, what we're going to do is like what we always do. We're going to start off with a would you rather, and then we're going to go into some stories. I picked two good ones for you today. I've got quite an unhinged one with a few parts, and I've also got like a nice wholesome one with a few parts. You know, mix it up a little bit. Have a little bit of a range, you know? Let's dive in. So, would you rather have your inner thoughts narrated 24/7 by your ex's voice and only you can hear it? Or every time you go on a date, your current most recent Google search is project above your head in bold letters? Star. Probably the Google search, because I don't really Google anything too weird, so I don't think it's that deep. My ex's voice narrated, like, nah. My life, no. No, thank you. No, that's not happening. I would 100% pick the Google search. I just have to not Google search anything weird. And there's a loophole around that. If you want to Google search anything weird, you'd have to like ask a friend, be like, can you Google search this for me? Because you know what's going to happen. So there's ways around that. That's fine. I can deal with that. You guys, again, let me know. I want to know what you're saying. But I don't think anyone's going to want to pick their ex narrating their fucking thoughts in their head 24/7. Fuck that. No, not having it. Okay. So let's go into one of our stories. You guys ready? This one's a bit unhinged, to be honest with you. But, you know, we have fun with the unhinged ones, don't we? So the title is, I found out my boyfriend was secretly married to my sister. What the fuck? That's not in there. I did that bit. Because what the fuck? How can you not know that? These things are ridiculous. But let's dive in. So I, 29 female, have been dating this guy, let's call him Matt, 31 male, for about a year. We met through a mutual friend. He was charming, thoughtful, mysterious, in that I journal on the weekends kind of way. We had that kind of chemistry that makes your friends roll their eyes, always touching, always texting, soulmates at first swipe energy. Ugh, mate. Everything was perfect, except he never wanted to meet my family, which I found odd. I am close with my family, especially my older sister Jenny, 34 female. She lives a few hours away, and what? She lives a few hours away and you didn't know that? Okay. Anyway, sorry, interrupted that there. I'm just a bit like, what the fuck? She lives a few hours away and we usually FaceTime every week. I had mentioned Matt to her in passing, but never showed her a picture. That's weird. Why didn't you show a picture? That's the first thing I'll do with my sister. She started dating someone recently, actually. He's a police officer. And the first thing I said was like, girl, show me a photo. I want to see a pic. People want to know that. Apparently not this girl. Anyway, I had mentioned Matt in passing, but never showed her a picture. She wasn't really into my dating life, or so I thought. Well, last month, Matt went away for a work trip, only to accidentally butt dial me while he was having what sounded like a screaming match with a woman. I couldn't make out much, except You promised this was over and she's your girlfriend. Ooh. I confronted him. He lied badly. Said it was a co-worker with boundary issues, but something wasn't sitting right with me. Yeah, girl, red flag. Mm-mm. So did what any rational woman would do. I reverse searched his license plate. Oh, girl, FBI, like it. That's when I found out his actual name. Not Matt, by the way. Girl, you think? And I LinkedIn page that listed him as married. I clicked the spouse name. It was Jenny, my sister. Dun dun dun. What the fuck? You would be like mind fucking blown. Like, how does like there? That's mad. That's moving on. Crazy. At first, I thought it was a joke. Like maybe there's another Jenny with the same last name, but nope. I searched further, found wedding photos on Facebook from 3 years ago. Her and him in Tuscany, smiling like smug liars they are. Girl, yes, they are. So I FaceTimed her and said nothing, just watched her face. I casually dropped, "Hey, you still married?" She froze, literally turned pale, then tried to play it off like, "Oh, yeah, it's complicated." Excuse me? Turns out they're still married, but separated. She claims she didn't know he was seeing me, even though we'd been at the same family party last year. She said she assumed we were just talking. Girl, he kissed me in front of grandma. Girl, girl, he'd be kissing in front of grandma. You know it'd be serious. Mm-mm. Want to know the kicker? Yes, I do. They never legally separated and they still live together. What the fuck? No, this is getting too crazy. Different bedrooms, she claims. But yeah, my man our man was going to Target runs and brunching with me on Sunday mornings and going home to his wife, which is my damn sister, by dinner. These men, the sister, what the fuck? But also these men don't surprise me. They don't surprise me. There's men out here having double lives, like wives in Spain. I had a client when I worked at the salon, and she was literally telling me she only not that long ago found out that her husband has a whole other life in Spain, like a whole other girlfriend with kids and everything. He would say that he needs to go out there for work, and yeah, he had a whole nother life. These men, they just don't care. The sister, that's the thing that's like crazy to me. Like, that's your blood, that's your sister. Like, how did you not know that she was married to this guy first anyway? Like, that's just mad to me. But then also, like, how would you not tell your sister straight away, like, mate, this is the situation, like, you can't date him, like, this is weird, this is what's going on? Why wouldn't she just say that? Why did it need to be a big secret that she was married to this guy? Okay. Let's go on to part 3, the fallout. So I went scorched earth and told my mum, told my cousin, told the group chat, even told the bartender at my local dive, because that's where I've been. Ooh. He gave me a free shot and said, "Damn, that's a soap opera level." Girl, I agree. That is soap opera level. Matt or Elton. Oh, that's a terrible name. No wonder you changed that. As I know him, tried to spin it. Said Jenny was manipulating him, that he fell in love with me, that he was just waiting for the right time to tell me. When is there ever a right time to tell someone that you're married to their sister? I don't think there's ever a right time to tell someone that. I told him I was the only thing. No, I told, yeah, sorry. I told him the only thing he was waiting for was me to fund his emotional Airbnb while he crashed on my sofa and lived his double life. Ooh, scorch. Jenny won't speak to me now. She says I overreacted and embarrassed her publicly. Girl, you embarrassed yourself. Like, no. Embarrassed you. Ma'am, you were married the man who was raw dogging your little sister. Let's talk about that. Girl, yeah, you was married to that guy and you didn't say anything. That's just weird. Anyway, I moved out of state, got a new job, bought a cat, and now anytime someone says it's a small world, I say too small. My ex and my sister shared a mortgage. Boom. Okay. So after I moved out, I thought that was the end of it. I was still emotionally bruised, but in my healing era, I dyed my hair, deleted his number, and started journaling like a suburb witch. She's funny. Then I swear on my cat's little toe beans. Oh, kind of cute. Jenny had the audacity to send me a long winded email. The subject line, let's be adults. She wanted to clear the air because, and I quote, family is forever. Sis, you were forever silent while your husband was Netflix and dicking your sister out. Damn, this girl has words. But there's the part that unhinged me. She asked me if I could keep things quiet because she and Elton were trying to work things through privately and she didn't want his reputation ruined at his job. Oh, you mean the same job where he's a counselor for at-risk youth? Okay. So I did what any adult would do. I started a TikTok. Oh, this girl. Damn. Petty revenge. I'm here for it. I never said their full names, but let's just say I told a story about betrayal in multiple parts with vague captions like, when you find out your boyfriend is actually your sister's husband. Trauma dump, story time, girl, dump that shit. Loads of people are going to be all over that crap. I popped off like 2.3 million views. Damn, girl. I didn't even say their names. The internet FBI did the rest. Fair. To be fair, it wouldn't be too hard because if you're saying your sister and your name is public, yeah, it's not really going to take too much FBI work to do. Some anonymous Redditor, not me, I swear, connected the dots using wedding photos Jenny posted years ago. Suddenly, her Instagram disappeared. His counselling job, yeah, on leave indefinitely. Oh, bad times. They both messaged me. Jenny accusing me of weaponizing and victimhood. She really used those words. Elton threatened legal action for defamation, but it's not defamation when it's the truth, hun. That's the problem. I responded with a voice note of me laughing for 17 seconds straight. Girl, you get your revenge in there somehow. So there's a final twist. Ooh, 2 weeks ago, I get a message on Instagram from a girl named Maeve. She says she saw my TikTok and has something to tell me. Ooh, turns out she was also dating Elwin for 6 months while he was still working things out with Jenny, while he was seeing me. He told her he was divorced, emotionally available, Maeve, and I compared notes. Girl, it was recycled lines. Like they was on clearance. This girl, like they was on, she's a joker. We decided to meet up just for fun. We went to a bar where he first took both of us. The bartender recognized us immediately and said, "Wait, are you Tuesday girl and are you Saturday girl?" Oh, bad times. Whoa. Because yes, Elton had little imagination and just rotated us on different days at the same bar. So Maeve and I had drinks, we plotted, laughed, and now we become really good friends on a podcast called My Sister's Husband's Love Story. No fucking way. Love that. You go, girl. You should go your own podcast. I love that. Love that. That's fun. But yeah, more of that story. Men are trash and damn, can you even trust family nowadays? Everyone's unhinged, apparently. Damn. Shit. But you know what? When you listen to these, I'm sure you must think, like, my life ain't that crazy. So you're doing something right, right? Wow. I don't know. I listen to this. I'm like, this is nothing. No, I'm joking. My sister isn't married to my. Well, I don't think she is. That would be illegal because I'm still married to my husband. So she'd be the other one. But do you know what? She married, like, she's the one that done this ceremony. So I think it's fine. She definitely knows we're married. I just think it was crazy that she didn't even know her sister was married. That's mad. Talking about that, I really need to get a divorce. The thing is, he lost the marriage certificate, yeah. So I need to get another one. I've been lazy. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna be divorced at the end of the year. I'm gonna get a new marriage certificate, divorce proceedings, because it needs to happen. We've been separated for such a long time now. I feel like I'm getting way off topic, but it just needs to happen, you know? It needs to be a new era. Like, I need to put that in the past. And yeah. And you know, I can't be going on dates, can I? And then like they're like, oh, so what's going on? I'm like, yeah, well, I am technically married. That's just a bit of an awkward conversation, you know? Let's just get that done. Yeah? You guys need to hold me to that because I need to do that. Let's do that. Yeah. Because it's just, mate. Yeah, I'm gonna do it. Anyway, let's carry on. This new one that I'm going to do now, this little story is a little bit more wholesome, not as unhinged. I thought, let's get a cute one in there, right? Let's do a little cutie one. Okay. The title of this one is I adopted an old cat no one wanted. Then I found out she used to be mine. Oh, that's kind of cute. How could you not? Well, we're going to find out. So, I, 27 female, recently moved into my first solo apartment. No roommates, no drama, just me and the sound of my fridge, aggressively humming at night. That's annoying. It was peaceful, but also a little lonely. I personally don't really like living I live by myself. Well, I'm living with a friend at the moment. But yeah, I don't normally like it. Like I'm going to be living by myself. Again, I'm just waiting for my place to be ready. But yeah, I prefer living with someone. Yeah, I definitely like living with someone, to be honest with you. Like I'm not a lonely girl. I like company. Like even like when you don't even for me, like I don't even need to like talk to you. Like it's not like we have to have constant conversation, but I just like someone being there. So yeah, it's nice. It's nice. It's nice living with someone. Definitely. Yeah. Yeah, for many reasons. Other reasons too. Yeah. Anyway, going on. Let's dive in. One rainy Sunday, I randomly wandered into a local animal shelter just to look. We all know that's a lie. There was a section with older cats, all the ones 10 years plus, who rarely get adopted. That's when I saw her, a little grumpy looking tabby, curled in the corner, looking like a retired villain. That's cute. Her name tag read Pickles, age 14. Not a fan of loud noises or most people. Something in me just clicked. I don't know what it was. She reminded me of a cat I had when I was a kid named Moscow. Same eyes, same dramatic flick of the tail, same you may pet me, but only if you have that energy that I'm feeling. Not always wanting people to pet her that she didn't like. She was quite picky. So I filled out the paperwork and took her home. The blah, 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 oh my God, guys, you know what I'm trying to say. Formality, free, similar. Do you know what? I'm going to change it. Similarity. The similarity got weird. Over the next few days, I started noticing something strange. Pickles would perk up whenever I hummed a Pacific old lullaby by my mum. Used to sing to me as a kid. Like she would walk over and sit at my feet the second I hit the second reverse every time. And one day I sneezed and instantly said, "It's just allergies." Miss Go, chill. Pickles immediately jumped on the couch next to me, purring louder than ever before. Interesting. I froze. Miss Go had this weird thing where she'd only cuddle you if I said her name in a calm voice. I had said the name out loud in years. Ooh. So did what any emotionally stable person would do. I dug through my childhood photo albums. I found an old picture of Misko, my childhood family cat who disappeared when I was 13 after a neighbour left the back gate door open. Same eyes, same paws, even the little notch on her ear where once she scratched too hard. I was shaking. I called the shelter. I asked if they had any information on Pickles' background. The woman pulled up her intake info and said she was found near your old neighborhood a couple months ago. Microchip was too damaged to scan, so she just gave her a name and waited. I started crying like an actual movie monologue tears. I asked if I could update her in the system. They said yes. So now Pickles is officially Miss Go again. And every night she sleeps on my chest like she used to when I was a kid. And I like to think she wandered all those years looking for something familiar, and somehow we both found our way back home to each other. That is so cute. Okay, that is adorable. Okay, that's sweet. I'm not really a cat person, but that is cute. And I do respect cats, don't get me wrong. I'm just allergic. So I've never really been like a major fan of cats. But my sister had a cat, which she absolutely loved. She was called, oh my God, I forgot her name. Oh, oh, that's really going to annoy me now. Totally gone. Totally gone. I can't remember. Anyway, yeah, she had this cat that she totally loved. I didn't really like her though, not gonna lie to you. It was like she was very like clawy and she used to like scratch my legs and it used to hurt. Like cats have really like strong claws. But she was cute though. She was cute. That's all the stories that I have today, darlings. This was quite a short episode, but I hope you still enjoyed. And again, if you like this episode, let me know. I think I'm still going to continue doing like a few of these. Like they're just short ones, it just like it gives you something to listen to on the way to work. Something quite short and hard hit, not hard hitting, sorry, quite relaxed. But yeah, no, I like these ones, and I find that when I listen to like Reddit stories and stuff, like I really like to listen to something with a few parts, something that you're like, oh, what happens next? I just find it quite interesting. So yeah, let me know what you think. But I think I'll do like a couple more of these and maybe change up the stories and do like different, maybe something a little bit more unhinged. Tell me what you're thinking. If you prefer wholesome or unhinged, because I can mix it up and do whatever. And if you guys got any like topics or anything specific that you guys want me to talk about, I'll do a little bit of research and we can have a little bit of a chat about that, can't we? There's so many different episodes that I've got in mind, and even ones that I've like got together and I can't wait to talk about and discuss. There's so many important things that we need to discuss in the world, and I feel like that don't get discussed enough, and topics that don't get kind of the airtime that I feel like they should. So hopefully that's something that I can put a platform to and I can share. Like there is one topic that one of my friends sent to me. let's call him a friend. And it was basically about the schools. I don't know if you guys have heard this, but what they want to do is, it's actually ridiculous. They want to put in place where parents can't choose where they send their kids to school now. So it's regulated. So basically the government will do that decision for them. So basically the big thing that they want to do is take away like homeschooling. So you can't, as a parent, pick that if that's something that you want to do. And when he sent it to me and I was like listening to it, I was like, that's ridiculous. It's something that I like didn't even know about. But then as soon as I heard it, I felt very strongly about it, because how can the government be picking what's right for your child? This is your child. This is how you want to raise your child and how you want their education to be and what you think is best for them. Why do they think they have the right to do that? So then you can't put that in place. As long as your child is still getting an education and still learning what your child needs to learn, because even when you homeschool your child, you've still got curriculum that you will still follow. So taking that away from parents is like, I just think it's like, it should not happen. And this is something that needs to be discussed and we need to push back on, because it's something that I think is really important. And even if you're not a parent right now, I do think as well, like you should think about it and get behind it as well, of like stopping them doing this, because you got to think when you are a parent, you're going to want to pick your child's outcome and their future and how you want them to be shaped and molded. Why should the government get to pick that? That makes no sense to me. So I think these are conversations that are important that we need to be having. And if you guys have any conversations or anything that you guys want to discuss and want to get out there, let me know. Email me, send it over. Gail, can we even say that? gmail.com. And let's talk about it. Let's talk about these things. I want to talk about anything regarding like government service station, whether it could be even like we said, when the girly cocktail nights is like, we talk about something a little bit less important, more like superficial stuff that's going on in the media, but that's just a little bit of fun. But also I do want this pod to speak about important things, issues that are going on in the world, important things. Like we just did an episode about abortion and what's going on in America. And I know obviously we're not in America right now. I fully understand that, but they're not too far away. And if it's happening in the world, I think it's important regardless. Like these things that need to be discussed and need to be corrected, to be honest with you. Like another episode which I will be doing is talking about the red pill men out there and them and their red pill podcasts. Because again, that's another really important issue of they think that we should take away women's rights. What is that about? Like these men, I just don't understand them. Like they are literally trying to take us back in the Stone Age. And I just think it's crazy because there's women out there that think they're in the right too and think that, you know, them saying this stuff, they're like, yeah, that's true. It's mad. But like I said, I'll actually do an episode on that and actually have a real conversation about it. But yeah, I just think all these things are very important and should be discussed. And like I said, it's cool, girl, can we even say that? Because we say things other people don't. And I'm not scared to say it, to be honest with you. And I'm not scared to have them conversations. And like, come for me. I don't care. Because these things need to be discussed and these things need to be brought light upon them. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this episode. I know I went on a little bit of a rant there, I'm sorry. But when I get passionate about something, it's something that, you know, I do get on a bit of a rant about and I do want to discuss. And I hope you guys are the same, that you have things that like are important to you and issues and everything. And yeah, but anyway, I shut up now. It's fine. It's fine. You guys can log off now. So this is the end of this Friday's episode. I hope you enjoyed it. Like I said, this one's a little bit different, but I enjoyed it. I hope you guys did too. And I hope you have an amazing Friday. Bye, guys.